We are deserving of a great education and also responsible for what we accept as education. See, our ancestors, they sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears for us to reach our fullest potential in education. But my education, it means much more than just doing it for me. Yes, I went to UC Berkeley and got my college degree. Education means much more than going to a classroom and learning out of a book, passing a test and checking a box, more than writing neatly perfect essays or receiving awards for our outstanding research reports. I understand that education will help me. That education will help me both personally and professionally to open doors for my family, my community, and the next generation after me. Look, I'm not saying that everybody has to be the next president, a teacher, the governor, or anything, but whatever you choose in your career and in your education, think about giving back. If you're a mechanic, a doctor, a lawyer, or have any type of job in the business of social service, be a trustworthy one. And maybe think about providing free or discounted rates once a month. Maybe some pro bono work here and there. Whatever you choose, I hope you have some love for it and not just pursuing it for the reasons of money or by default. Somebody told you it'd be the next big thing in the job market. All your friends and family have been doing it, so you gotta do it. You gotta keep the tradition going. See, I know some people who are working in jobs for these reasons, and they hate going to work. Somebody wise once said, the day you wake up to a job you love is the last day you have to worry about going to work. You're looking at a middle school dropout, started smoking weed and drinking alcohol at the age of 8, 3rd grade. I buried a lot of my own friends. My own 2 cousins and my grandfather was shot to death. My story is the story of many. I'm here to inspire, bring you honesty, and highlight my own turning point. I'm not here to share crime stories or make my story bigger than yours. We all got a story to tell, and this is mine. In the midst of all my troublesome and with the help of mentors, I was able to graduate high school and eventually obtain a college degree from the #1 public university in the country, UC Berkeley. Education for me, however, understands the system. Yes, indeed, I learned several matters, theories, and read a lot of books, most of which I honestly forgot. But ultimately, me walking into an interview for a job or speaking among other artists or friends, professionals, sometimes only made my point valid from them knowing that I went to college and UC Berkeley. And it was because of this that I took my education serious, that I sat at the front of those classes, that I raised my hand for any questions I had and knew that I represented thousands, if not millions or billions of people who, for whatever reason, weren't able to get a degree and attend college. By now, I should have had my PhD or at least my master's degree, but I've been rejected to the 2 schools that I applied for. See, I too understand the anxiety behind applying to school and not getting in. The competition for advanced education is real. I hope the person who took my spot is well off, thankful and negotiating deals. I graduated with a BA degree with high honors, did an abundance of community work. Man, I had judges, doctors, Harvard graduates, all write letters of recommendation, and I still got rejected for my master's and PhD. So again, this message is about education, but not necessarily just school, a classroom, or passing an exam. It's about taking whatever information is in front of you, able to analyze it, interpret it, and decide whether to implement it or discard it. See, I recall a moment when I went to Chiapas, Mexico, an indigenous community deep in the jungle mountains. And the children there, many of them had no school system set established, but their understanding for women, their understanding for politics, respect to Mother Earth, manners, and true meaning of community, it was on point. So when I went as a UC Berkeley graduate, I was learning from them instead of me teaching them. And that was a realization point in my life that education was bigger than what I thought, that I'll forever remain a student who's learning. What does education mean to you? Chris Rock wrote a book, Rock This, in which it's a funny book, but a sad reality in many inner city neighborhoods from that of which I grew up in. And in this book, he mentions you get more respect for going to jail than for going to school. You come out of jail, people got love for you, want to be around you, throw you a party. But when you come out of school, don't nobody care, man. We got our priorities messed up and twisted, y'all. Somebody once said, an educated mindset understands that happiness is not the absence of problems, but the ability to deal with them. See, people before me fought hard so that we can now have the educational abundance. We are reaping the fruit from the labor of those before us. So the question is, can we continue to educate ourselves and continue to invest for the generations to come? Is education even important to you?